Frenching frog legs is a rite of passage in a lot of French kitchens. And so you're going to start by grabbing some sharp kitchen shears or some nice sharp scissors. And here I'm separating the calf portion from the thigh portion. And then I'm cutting in between the two thighs to separate from the hip. Now you notice that at the top where the thigh connects to the hip, there's going to be a piece of bone, sort of like a hip flexor, and also a joint. You want to cut that off. Now, removing this joint or cutting it off is going to expose a bare bone that's going to then allow you to French it down. Now, notice how I'm cutting all the frog and separating it into its different pieces before I continue on. And this is going to allow me to separate this into steps. Now, I'm going to take the side that I cut when we remove the hip flexor or the hip joint, and I'm going to press down with my fingers, and I'm going to roll the frog leg or the frog thigh meat over the tip of the bone, giving a nice clean bone and Frenching down the thigh. This is going to allow you to serve the frog leg with a nice clean exposed bone for the diner or your guest to pick up and eat the meat without having to bite around the frog bone like it's a piece of corn on the cob or something along those lines. Now, one of the nice things about using this technique or this method is when you French down the thigh meat and you roll it over the tip of the bone, it leaves a pocket that you can then stuff with duxelle or any sort of mousse, something to really kind of elevate the dish. Now here we're going to go through it one more time real quick on a close-up shot. And again, we're cutting the thigh and separating it from the calf. And then that little hip joint right there at the top, we're cutting that off, exposing a bare bone. Again, a little bit of a hip joint at top. I'm going to snip that off, exposing the bare bone. Then from that exact same cut side, you're going to use your fingers and press down the length of the bone, rolling the meat over the tip of the bone, giving you a nice French. For more video techniques and recipes just like this, head on over to stellaculinary.com.